Perplexity ignores your SEO tactics. It doesn't care about backlinks or your website's domain authority. So how are these sites getting featured every single day? To find out, we analyzed major Perplexity studies from SEO experts like Kevin Indig, Seer Interactive, and SE Ranking so that you don't have to. Turns out, there's one ranking factor that can boost visibility in Perplexity answers by up to 40%. But many websites can't even access it because they're failing a basic test first. Let me show you that test, then the ranking factor, and how to implement both. But first, a quick AI ranking win. See how Perplexity pulled this exact bullet list? That's not an accident. Perplexity doesn't like to rewrite your content, it prefers to lift it directly. And that's one of the first signals it looks at even before considering the ranking factor that we're going to get to in just a minute. Kevin Indig's research backs this up. He analyzed 7,000 citations across 1,600 URLs in ChatGPT, Perplexity, and AI overviews. And the top 10% of pages cited in Perplexity had higher readability scores and clear structure. So if you want to be mentioned in Perplexity's results, you need to structure your content like you're writing for an AI to quote it, because you are. Use bullet points over paragraphs, numbered lists, TLDR sections at the top of your content, and executive summaries. But what if you're doing all of this and you're still getting 0 citations? This basic test could be the blocker. And this test is known as the AI crawlability test. I've had SEOs tell me, look, I'm spending a lot of time making my content easy to cite, but nothing's showing up in Perplexity. AI must hate us. And 9 times out of 10, the problem isn't the content. It's that Perplexity bot can't even see the content to decide if it's worth quoting. So before we get to that 40% visibility boost, you need to pass this test first. Getting AI bots to crawl and retrieve your content. Many websites fail the AI crawlability test for 2 reasons. 1, they block Perplexity bot in their robots.txt file. Or 2, they have a JavaScript heavy website that Perplexity bot can't render. The first one is surprisingly common even for big brands. Kevin Indig found that Everyday Health, a massive health website, wasn't getting cited at all because they blocked Perplexity bot in their robots.txt file. So after this video, open your robots.txt file and make sure that AI crawlers like Perplexity bot, Claude Web, and GPT bot have access. The second issue, JavaScript rendering, is way sneakier. Perplexity's crawlers isn't Googlebot. It doesn't have the same rendering budget, and it's less forgiving with heavy client-side rendering. If your core content isn't in the raw HTML, you're basically invisible. If you're running a JS-heavy framework, React, Vue, Angular, etc., and relying on client-side rendering, assume Perplexity bot is seeing nothing. It's like trying to read a book where all the pages are blank until you press on a magic button. Perplexity doesn't press the button. You can fix this by moving to server-side rendering, also known as SSR, using a pre-rendering service, or at the very least, ensuring that critical content is in the HTML payload. Link in the description if you need a pre-rendering service that works for Perplexity. Alright, AI crawlability unlocked. Now here's the Perplexity ranking factor that creates a 40% visibility boost. Seer Interactive analyzed 10,000 Perplexity searches and found something surprising. Pages with relevant quotes from experts and specific statistics saw a 40% increase in Perplexity visibility. Not backlinks, not domain authority, quotes and numbers. It's almost too easy, which is why many SEOs overlook it. But why does Perplexity care so much about where you've pulled your information from? One word: hallucinations. AI makes up stuff a lot, but it's not always in ways that make you go, oh, something seems off. Sometimes it's downright laughable. For example, Google's AI once confidently stated that cats had been on the moon, and that astronauts played with them and provided care. It completely fabricated feline space programs. To avoid becoming the next cats on the moon disaster, Perplexity uses retrieval augmented generation, also known as RAG. It anchors its answers in real, trusted sources instead of putting information out of thin air. That's why it's more likely to reference content with verifiable data than something that seems made up. So, to make your content more citable, bake in some proof that a Perplexity bot can fact check. I'm talking expert quotes from credible sources in your industry, specific statistics from reputable datasets or studies, original research like surveys or case studies. None of these should be news if you've been adhering to Google's EEAT guidelines. If you haven't, it's not too late. Add them to your writer's guidelines ASAP. There are always more Perplexity ranking factors to discover beyond quotes and stats. That's why testing is key. From my own digging, I've found some interesting clues. Fresh content getting more love, PDFs getting cited over HTML in some cases, and YouTube popping up as the most cited site. None of it is gospel, but it's all worth a try. I'm running my own AI experiments and you should too. Test them, tweak them, and see what happens. Then maybe I'll put together an updated Perplexity AI video with all of our collective findings. Drop your thoughts in the comments if you're in. But at the end of the day, testing without tracking is really just guessing. To know whether you're actually winning visibility in Perplexity AI, you need to see every brand mention, every citation, and every prompt for which you show up for. That's exactly what Keyword.com's Perplexity Rank Tracker does. If you're wondering if your brand is showing up in Perplexity AI results, then this tutorial will answer your questions.